When we last left off, Angry Birds has celebrated its second birthday, Seasons celebrated Christmas 2011 with Wreck the Halls, and Rio had released the Smuggler's Plane Pack. But now we are in the year most Angry Birds fans think is the best year for Angry Birds and Rovio as a whole, 2012! But before we start, I do know the birds' names, I'm just not saying them until September 2012, when they were revealed. Also, I forgot 2 web games that came out in 2011, Angry Birds In the Hunt for the Golden Pistachio, which came out on the 1st of December, and Angry Birds Vuela Tazos on September 29th. These games are also unplayable now because they're web games and they got shut down. Anyway, back to 2012. Rovio started off the year by making a mascot for the Hockey League. He was called Hockey Bird. Merchandise was made of him like a ridiculously rare and expensive plush toy. Angry Birds Seasons got an update on January 19th. The update added the pack called Year of the Dragon. Mighty Eagle was replaced with Mighty Dragon for this pack, and was even free for those who didn't purchase him. A short film was also made for it. Rovio and Facebook announced a new game called Angry Birds Facebook. The beta was released on February 13th, and the full game was released on February 14th. This game had 2 packs from the original game, Poached Eggs and Mighty Hoax, and a new original pack called Surf and Turf. There are usually new levels every week in the category and in the tournaments. Some notable tournaments include the Halloween ones, the Christmas ones, the Angry Birds movie one, and the 10th anniversary one. Power-ups also originated in this game. The ones in this game are Sling Scope, which shows you where the birds are slinging, Super Seeds, renamed Power Potion in 2014, which makes your birds basically get buffed, Birdquake, which is basically a big earthquake, and the King Sling, which makes your birds fly faster. Also a power-up called the Wingman was in the game. He was basically Big Red Bird with a wrestling hat on. The classic game got these power-ups, apart from Wingman, as well as the Surf and Turf level on August 2nd. Seasons got some power-ups. The ones that received were Sling Scope, Super Seeds, and an exclusive one called the Homing Bird, which replaces the bird on the slingshot with a red bird, and when launched he homes into pigs and blocks. More came, but we'll talk about those later. Rio got Sling Scope and Super Seeds, as well as the TNT Drop, which drops TNT parachutes, and the Samba Bird, who is Red Bird with a Samba hat, and when launched, he flaps buildings around like glue. The power-up updates also added Mighty Eagle to Android versions of Angry Birds Classic, and all versions of Season in Rio. 7th of March is when Rovio would release the Cherry Blossom update for Seasons, and it would contain 15 levels. The day after is when Rovio released Angry Birds Fiji TV. It was a web game exclusive to Fiji TV in Japan, and was basically more Cherry Blossom levels, but the birds would wear new outfits. Sadly, this game is no longer playable. 22nd of March is when Rovio would release one of the best and well-known Angry Birds games of all time, Angry Birds Space. Cinematic was released for this game, which aired on Nickelodeon. It also featured a new bird called Icebird. His power is he freezes, blocks, and pigs around him. Each of the birds got superhero designs for the game, and even got new names, though these names were revealed later on. Red Bird was Super Red, Yellow Bird was Laser Bird, Black was Firebomb, the Blues were Lightning Blues, and Big Red Bird was Incredible Terrence. White and Green were absent for some reason, and Orange would arrive later on. Mighty Eagle is also in this game as Space Eagle, but instead of a pay once unlimited use, you have a certain amount of them for free, and can earn more or pay for more with money. Unlike the previous games, he doesn't clear the level for you. The game started off with only 3 planets, one called Pig Bang, which was basically a moon, and one called Cold Cut, which was a frozen planet. Both planets end with a boss with the King Pig. The third was called Danger Zone. The first level was free, but you had to pay for the rest with real money, or get 3 stars in every level. Samsung was a launch partner for Angry Birds Space. There was a level exclusive to Samsung phones. On April 1st, all the AB social medias released a poster for a bird called Skunk Bird, which was coming to Angry Birds Space. They even said, tip, pop precisely 22 pigs on the main menu. But it was revealed later on to be an April Fool's joke. And 25th of April is when Angry Birds Space got its first update. It added 10 new levels in the planet called Fry Me to the Moon. The story is, after the birds defeat King Pig in the end of Cold Cuts, Mustache Pig takes the egg and a big chunk of Cold Cuts, which looks like a crescent moon. Also, this frees Fat Pig, who's frozen in Cold Cuts until this point. April 28th is when Angry Birds Land opened in Sarkanemi Adventure Park, which is in Finland. 9th of May is when Angry Birds and Cheetos did a collaboration for a web game called Angry Birds Cheetos. It is normal Angry Birds levels, but with Cheetos. There was also an exploding Cheetos packet, which exploded Cheetos. Also, something weird to point out is all the characters use the chrome designs, apart from Blackbird, who uses his old design even with the white spot. Sadly, this game is no longer playable. 23rd of May is when a British racing car team called Lotus F1 Team collabed with Rovio to make a web game called Angry Birds Lotus F1 Team. Apart from that it's no longer playable, there's nothing much more to say about this one. 25th of May is when a web game called Angry Birds Telepizza comes out. Telepizza is a restaurant chain in Spain and Portugal. The most significant thing about this promotion is you can buy exclusive Angry Birds plush toys at Telepizza stores. These toys would be re-released in similar forms in the future, and would also be the plush toys in the YouTube exclusive show Angry Birds on the Run, but that came out in 2018, so that is all I will be saying about it for now. The 31st of May is when the Utopia planet came to Angry Birds Space. It debuts the orange bird in this game as the Atomic Bird. Fat Pig is also the big boss battle in this at the end of the planet. June 11th is when Angry Birds teamed up with Coca-Cola and the Chinese Olympic team to make a web game. It was called Angry Birds Coca-Cola. An animation was made for it as well. The animation was the first appearance of the White Bird and Green Bird's toons designs. June 14th is when Angry Birds Seasons got a summer update called Piglantis. It added 30 new levels in the pack with the same name and introduced water physics. This update got rid of all the old Trick or Treat cutscenes, which you can see in the top right, and replaced them with one ending photo you complete in the last level to be in line with other packs, apart from Seasons Greetings, which never got one for some reason. And 25th of June is when Angry Birds Heike was released, and was a collab between Formula 1 racer Heike Kovalainen, or whatever that says, and Angry Birds. It features the wingman, but instead of wearing the wrestling mask, he wears Heike's 2012 helmet. The helmet was sponsored by Angry Birds. The game was shut down once the F1 season ended. July 10th is when the Pygmy Beach pack came to Angry Birds Friends. It was a sequel to Servant Earth and was removed in January 2020. July 12th is when Rovio and Activision released Angry Birds Trilogy. It was released for the PS3 and Xbox 360. The 3DS version came out in October, and a Wii and Wii U version was released on August 13th, 2013. The game included Angry Birds Classic, Angry Birds Seasons, and Angry Birds Rio. The packs I had from Classic was Poached Eggs to Mine and Dine, Seasons it had Trick or Treat to Moon Festival, and Rio had all the levels which were in the mobile version at the time. 2 DLCs were released. One was called Anger Management, and it added Birthday Party for Classic, and Halloween to Piglantis for Seasons. The other was called Foul Tempered, and it added Bad Piggies and Surf Turf for Classic, and Back to School to Winter Wonderham for Seasons. August 16th is when Back to School pack came to Angry Birds Seasons. It also added Settle the Pink Bird. Her power is she blows bubbles to lift blocks and pigs up in the air. August 3rd is when Angry Birds in Ultrabook Adventure released. It was a web-exclusive game to promote the Intel Ultrabook. The Golden Egg in Seasons pack, Winter Wonderham, had 5 levels inspired by this game as well. To get the egg, all you had to do was click level 5, then you had it. But it was sadly removed in 2016, whether you had earned it or not, and sadly the web game was later closed. August 20th is when Angry Birds Friends got the Green Day pack added to it. It was based on the band Green Day and was removed on December 20th, 2012. August 23rd is when the Red Planet came to Angry Birds Space. It was inspired by Mars and ended with a boss battle with some pigs on a Mars rover. September 1st was when the web game Angry Birds Philadelphia Eagles came out. It replaced Mighty Eagle with the Philadelphia Eagle, and a short film was released which revealed the name for the big red bird. He was called Terrence.
Newest members of the Philadelphia Eagles. Time's yours. Well, the fifth bird is our secret weapon. The mighty Philadelphia Eagle has been putting in a lot of hard work this off-season, but wasn't quite ready to make his debut.
The rest of the flock's names weren't revealed until September 25th in the book called National Geographic, Angry Birds, 50 True Stories of the Fed Up, Feathered, and Furious. It was a book which had profiles for real birds, but also had profiles for every Angry Bird, apart from Green, Orange, and Stella. Redbird's name was Red, the Bluebird's names were revealed as Jim, Jake, and Jay, but when dressed as a group, they are all called the Blues. Yellow's name was Chuck, Blackbird's was Bomb, Whitebird's was Matilda. As I mentioned before, Green and Orange were not in this book, but I would just say their names here. Green's was Hal, and Orange's was Bubbles. September 27th is when a game called Bad Piggies came out. It focused around a freckled pig called Ross building vehicles to try and steal the eggs. The game started off with 2 packs, one called Groundhog Day and the other was called When Pigs Fly. The day after its launch, McDonald's had an Angry Birds promotion in China. A web game was released for this called Angry Birds McDonald's. October 9th is when Angry Birds got a new update and it added a new pack called Bad Piggies. The first page of levels had the Groundhog Day background, and the second and third had the When Pigs Fly background. Also, the second cutscene shows the bird spitting mechanic pig, despite the fact he does not appear in any levels. He and Ross, the freckled pig, appear in the opening cutscene and the menu as well. October 23rd is when Angry Birds Seasons got the 2012 Halloween update. This added a new pack called Haunted Hogs. It added ghost blocks which the birds and pigs go through, but blocks can stack on top of them. A short film was made for it. Flight in the Night pack came to Bad Piggies on the 25th of October. It was about Ross building aircrafts to take an egg he stole back to Pig City. The birds also appear and they shoot at you and try to destroy your vehicle. October 31st is when Angry Birds Friends got its first Halloween tournament. It had zombie pigs that would rise on the ground. Wingman also had a unique costume for this. It was called the Hunter. 8th of November is when one of the most well-known mobile game crossovers of all time happened. Angry Birds Star Wars. It was about the original Star Wars trilogy of movies, A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi. It started with 3 worlds, Tatooine and Death Star from A New Hope, and Dagobah, which is from The Empire Strikes Back. But with Dagobah, you could either earn 3 stars in all levels, or pay real money for it. Once Dagobah is completed, Red Skywalker's outfit changes from white to black, and his lightsaber changes from blue to green, so it's like he's from Return of the Jedi. An iconic cinematic was released, and Laser Chuck makes a cameo appearance right here. Red plays Luke Skywalker, aka Red Skywalker, and Darth Vader, aka Lord Vader. Bomb plays Obi-Wan Kenobi, aka Obi-Wan Kaboomy. Chuck plays Han Solo, aka Chuck Ham Solo. The Blues play Rebel Pilots. Terrence plays Chewbacca, aka Terbacca. Stella plays Princess Leia, aka Princess Stella Organa. Matilda plays C-3PO, aka C-3P Yolk. And Egg plays R2-D2, aka R2-Egg2. Mustache Pig plays Grand Moff Tarkin. Helmet Pig plays the Death Star Troopers. And the Minion Pigs play Stormtroopers, aka Pig Troopers. There was also a non-playable character called Yoda Bird in the Dagobah world. More characters will come, but I will talk about them later. A Facebook version was released, but shut down on March 3rd, 2014. November 29th is when it got its first update. It had Hoth from Empire Strikes Back, and also Princess Stella Organa. December 1st is when Seasons got its last update for the year. It added an advent calendar pack called Winter Wonderham. There are 3 versions of the song, and level background was changed for some reason. Angry Birds Friends got a winter tournament. Part 1 was available from the 3rd of December, Part 2 was available from the 10th, and Part 3 was available from the 17th. Part 4 was available from the 24th. Also, Bomb got a Santa costume for this tournament. December 11th is when Angry Birds Classic got its last update for the year. It had 50 new levels in the already existing birthday party pack. They were for Angry Birds' 3rd birthday. Stella was added to Classic with this update, and all the birthday 3 levels had all the birds wearing hats. The hats were sadly removed a few years later. So it is the end of 2012. If you never realised why most Angry Birds fans think this is the best year for the franchise, now do you see why? Look at all the new games and updates that came out. It's not like the updates made the games any worse, they just added new levels. But now we are in 2013, and let's see what happened there. 7th of January 2013 is when Angry Birds Taz was released. It was a web game inspired by Angry Birds Space. January 10th is when Pig Dipper Planet came into Angry Birds Space. It was a water planet which used the same mechanic from the Seasons level Piglantis. Slash also made a remix of the original Angry Birds Space theme. A Slash bird was also made, but isn't playable and only features an artwork. March 10th is when Angry Birds Frio got the Market Mayhem pack. An earlier name for this was the Fruit Market. It was also based off a deleted scene from the movie. The update also changed the way you unlock the Golden Beach Ball. Instead of heading to Beach Volley level 18 and destroying the Golden Peach Ball, it is now there without having to do anything. March 16th is when Angry Birds Toons came out. It was an animated series aired exclusively in the Angry Birds apps. All the games got an update and changed the play buttons in Classic and Seasons to a yellowy-orange button with a white triangle in the middle. This was especially bad for Seasons because each level had its own unique play button, but now it's just a bland yellowy-orange one. Angry Birds Rio Space and Star Wars and Bad Piggies already had similar buttons, so no need for a change. They just added a Toons button on the left of them. Anyway, the reason why this happened was because they added a button next to the play button that said Toons on it. You clicked it, and that's where episodes of Angry Birds Toons aired, as well as every past cinematic and almost every gameplay trailer. A few months later, the button changed to say Toons TV instead of just Toons. Angry Birds Toons Season 1 had 52 episodes, and was in the first 12 were in the same art style as the cinematic. All the episodes after that were in the same style, but a bit less vibrant. Episode 2, Where's My Crown, introduced a new King Pig design. Episode 14, Dopey's on a Rope, features a new Helmet Pig design, now called Corporate Pig. And episode 18, Slappy Get Lucky, introduced a new Mustache Pig, now called Foreman Pig. Slappy Get Lucky also introduced Professor Pig, and episode 8, True Blue, introduced Chef Pig. March 23rd is when Angry Birds Friends got the Pigtails pack. It added the Mush Bloom power-up, which could only be used in that pack. It would also grow under the pig structures and help destroy them. Pigtails was sadly removed in 2020, January. This update also contained the Easter egg hunt. Easter eggs would be hidden around the game, and each egg you got had an entry in a giveaway. The main prize was a Commonwealth Mighty Eagle plush. March 28th is when the Cloud City came to Angry Birds Star Wars. It features Lando Calrissian as a playable character, and Boba Fett as an NPC pig. This update also added Boba Fett missions. To get them, all you had to do was find his 5 jetpacks hidden around the game, or pay 99 cents. 2nd of May is when a mobile port of Angry Birds Friends would release. It didn't feature the story levels, but instead had a power-up testing site. Tournaments were the same on both versions. May 16th is when the Abraca Bacon pack came to Seasons. It had 30 levels and introduced a new power-up called Alakabam. It would drop TNT-like objects on the pig structures. July 3rd, 2013 is when the Red's Mighty Feathers pack came to Angry Birds Classic. It added a new powerful red that could only be used in this pack. The original version was just the egg defender levels, where you have an egg and have to try to defend it from the pigs. But where we added normal levels, basically just regular levels, but with Red's new power with them. The update also replaced the iconic Angry Birds theme with the Angry Birds Trilogy theme. 22nd of July is when the Rise and Swine pack came to Bad Piggies. For some reason, it is listed as the second pack, even though it was the fourth released. The update also added cakes. They would be around every level of the game, and you could feed them to King Pig. Chef Pig would also make an occasional appearance in King Pig's throne room, as well as also appear in some of the Rise and Swine cutscenes. September 1st is when Angry Birds Friends had its Freddy for a Day tournament. It was to celebrate the famous musician Freddie Mercury. A short film was made. I'll play it here, but I'll have to change the audio because his band Queen's song, Bicycle, plays, and I will get copyright claimed if I use it. 12th of September is when the Moon of Endor planet came to Angry Birds Star Wars. It was based on Return of the Jedi, and it introduced the non-playable characters known as the Ewok Birds. September 13th is when the Cosmic Crystals pack came to Angry Birds Space. The update brought the OG music back, but if you click Pig Dipper, the Slash music will play. September 18th is when Angry Birds Star Wars 2 released. It was based on the prequel movies, The Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, and Revenge of the Sith. It featured 2 packs, Invasion of Naboo, and Escape to Tatooine. Both of these are based on The Phantom Menace. The packs also give you the option to play as the bird side or the pork side. This game introduced telepods. They are figures you buy IRL and put them on the base and transport them into the game. Teleport support is sadly discontinued. October 17th is when Bad Piggies got its Halloween update. It added a pack known as Touch Till Dawn. Major Lazer made the song made for it, which was called Shuffle and Spawn, and it was the main theme for it. A Major Lazer Pig was also made, and he was in one of Touch Till Dawn's cutscenes. October 23rd is when Angry Birds Friends had its Halloween tournament for 2013. It was called Return of the Zombie Pigs. It was a sequel to the 2012 tournament. Also, the main theme for it was also Shuffle and Spawn. The hunter did not return. November 26th is when a short fuse pack came to Angry Birds. It featured a new power for bomb that was only in these levels. It basically exploded like electricity. He was also a power-up in both the classic game and seasons. Also, this update brought the OG music back. The Advent Calendar pack Arctic Expedition came to Seasons on November 29th on Android and November 30th on iOS. This was the final update to feature the chrome designs in the loading screen. December 4th is when the Battle in Naboo pack came to Angry Birds Star Wars 2. It was based on the Phantom Menace. 9th of December is when the 2013 Holiday Tournament started in Angry Birds Friends. The first one started on the 9th and ended on the 15th. The second one started on the 16th and ended on the 22nd. And the third one started on the 23rd and ended on the 29th. Santa Bomb did not return. A new slingshot was added called the Jingle Sling. December 11th is when Angry Birds Go released worldwide. It was a racing game similar to Mario Kart. It had 4 packs: Speedway, Rocky Road, Air, and Stunt. Red was the default character, but you unlocked Stella and Bomb in Speedway, Blues and King Pig and Terrence in Rocky Road, Bubbles, Matilda, and Foreman Pig in Air, and Hal, Corporal Pig, and Shark in Stunt. Telepods were also made for this game. On the same day as Angry Birds Go's launch, Angry Birds Classic got an update for its 3rd birthday. Just like the 2nd birthday levels, the 3rd birthday levels would be put into the existing birthday party pack. December 17th is when the Death Star 2 would come to Angry Birds Star Wars. It was the final level in the game and introduced King Pig as the Emperor, aka Emperor Pigletine. December 18th is when the first Rio 2 pack came to Angry Birds Rio. It was called Rocket Rumble and introduced a new bird in the special levels. He was called Rocket Bird and was basically just chucking a rocket. So that's the end of 2013. Not very much stuff happened game update wise, but I think that's because this is when Angry Birds started becoming more of a brand rather than a game series. Why? Well, I think this because Angry Birds Toons launched this year, and obviously it was an animated series and Angry Birds hadn't done that before. Before that it was literally just games and a few pieces of merchandise. But this is the year Angry Birds start becoming more than just that. 2014 is definitely when it becomes way bigger, and then, well, yeah. So, we'll see how 2014 went right now. So February 20th is when Angry Birds Rio got another Rio 2 pack. It was called High Dive. It also updated all the characters to look like how they did in Angry Birds Toons. Rocket Rumble also got the updated sprites, but Rio 1 levels did not. Nigel appears as the boss at the end. This update also changed the music. March 20th is when Angry Birds Go would get the Sub-Zero pack. It was snow themed and had the birds and pigs racing sleds. The pack would go after Rocky Road but before air. 30th of March is when Angry Birds and Nestle would collab to make a web game called Angry Birds Breakfast. It is now closed down. April 11th is when Piggy Tales would premiere. It was a show about the pigs doing stupid but funny stuff. It had 31 episodes in its first season and aired on Toons TV. 15th of April is when Angry Birds Friends would get its Easter tournament. 25th of April is when the Blossom River pack would come to Angry Birds Rio. May 28th is when the Rise of the Clones pack would come to Angry Birds Star Wars 2. It was based on Attack of the Clones. May 30th is when Angry Birds Land opened in Thorpe Park, which is a theme park in the UK. I've been there. Anyway, there are 2 rides. Dodgems with red and pigs on, and a Death Drop which was bomb themed. The best part is definitely the theatre. It had an Angry Birds 4D ride, and it also had posters decorated around with some Toons cards, opening cards on them, to make it look like they were actually playing them in the cinema. It's pretty cool. June 12th is when Angry Birds Epic released. It was a turn-based RPG set on Piggy Island. The playable characters were Red, who was a knight, Chuck, who was a mage, Matilda, who was a healer, Bomb, who was a pirate, and the Blues, who were archers. Ross also makes an appearance as Prince Porky, and Chef Pig appears as Whiz Pig. Other pigs like King Pig, Corporal Pig, and Foreman Pig appear, but they are just themselves. The main villains are Prince Porky, Whiz Pig, and King Pig, but by the end of the game, Prince Porky and King Pig get redeemed, and Whiz Pig gets defeated. Also, this game features 5 eggs instead of 3, probably to make more casual fights, which are basically this game's version of boss fights. There are 5 bosses, but with an extra 6 at the end of the game, with the Devil, Whiz Pig, and Prince Porky playing playable. Once you beat the game, you can explore this cave called the Chronicler Cave. It's basically like more extra but harder levels. Later on in the game's life, an arena was added, and Terrence was the main host of the arena. The game also had a crossover with the mobile game Sonic Dash. Sonic became playable for a limited time, and you could also fight in Seaside Hill for a limited time. Red, Chuck, and Bomb also became playable on Sonic Dash for a limited time. July 3rd is when Seasons got the South America update. It added a pack with the same name and introduced a new art style for the loading screens and end photos. It also added the Pig Days. Basically, it would contain a level based on a smaller holiday. For example, ones like Christmas or Halloween would usually get actual packs, but ones like Talk Like a Pirate Day would just only get 1 level in the Pig Days. The last Pig Day was in 2016 with World Milk Day. June 5th is when the Beak Impact packs come to Angry Birds Space. They were split into 2 parts, Part 1 and Part 2. Part 1 is free, but you have to either pay or to get 3 stars in all levels of Part 1 to get Part 2. This update also changed the Angry Birds Space theme for the rest of the game's run. It changed it from the actual theme to an orchestrated theme. July 15th is when Angry Birds Rio would get its last story pack, though more non-story related ones would follow. This pack was called Timber Tumble, and introduced a new ability for Blue as seen here. Once you complete the first 3 levels of Timber Tumble, it becomes playable as a new power-up in all levels. A new pack called Hidden Harbor can be unlocked through this pack. If you launch Chuck to the left of the slingshot in level 14. July 22nd is when the Flock Favorites pack comes to Angry Birds Classic. It features levels based on previous packs. The ones that features are Poached Eggs, Danger Above, Mine and Dine, Surf and Turf, Bad Piggies, Red's Mighty Feathers, and Short Fuse. September 14th is when Angry Birds Stella would launch. It was a spin-off game starring Stella and her friends on an island called Golden Island. Her friends are Poppy, Luca, Willow, and Dahlia. There is also some lore in this game, which is explained in the cartoon series, but basically Stella's best friend Gale, the main villain of the game, finds a crown and some minion pigs and then becomes evil or something. There is also a pig called Handsome Pig who basically simps for her. October 1st is when the Rebels pack came to Angry Birds Star Wars 2. It was based on the TV show Star Wars Rebels. October 9th is when the Ham Dunk pack comes to Angry Birds Seasons. It was basketball themed and released for the NBA. The pack also replaced Mighty Eagle with Mighty Ball. Unlike Mighty Dragon though, he was not free if you hadn't bought Mighty Eagle already. Angry Birds Transformers released on iOS on October 15th and Android on October 30th. It's basically a 2D side-scrolling shooter, but with Angry Birds heads on Transformers heads, instead of Transformers heads on Transformers. Yeah, this is definitely Rovio's first not very good game, but it's better than what's to come, believe me. Teleports were also released. Anyway, October 19th is when Angry Birds Toons Season 2 came out on Toons TV. It had 26 episodes, and apart from the one episode where Four-Man Pig tries to make Red and Chuck there's nothing really to say. October 20th is when the Curse of the Mummy Pig tournament started on Angry Birds Friends. It was basically like the previous two Halloween tournaments, but with mummy pigs as well as zombie pigs. November 1st, which is my birthday, is when the Stiller Toons aired on Toons TV. Yeah, remember that Stiller show I just told you about earlier? Yeah, it's that. Not much more to say on it. November 17th to the 23rd is when Angry Birds Friends had the Roll with the Pangolins tournament. December 1st is when Angry Birds Seasons got its Advent Calendar pack. This year's was called On Thin Ice and was about Terrence visiting his cousin Tony in Finland for Christmas. Tony was also playable, and you can see his power here. Some levels, when completed, showed a photo of Terrence and Tony doing something, and others showed a fact about Finland. This was also the first update to feature a Toons character on the app icon, as well as the first time a character that's not red has appeared on an app icon in an Angry Birds game, not counting Bad Piggies or Stella, but they're spin-offs, so... December 5th is when Angry Birds Star Wars 2 would get its last pack. It was called Revenge of the Pork and was based on Revenge of the Sith. December 11th is when Angry Birds Classic got its 5th birthday update. It was a pack that had fan-made levels. December 15th is when the Holiday 2014 tournament started on Angry Birds Friends. The second one started on the 22nd, the third one started on the 29th, and ended on the 4th of January 2015. So that's the end of 2014. But something I mentioned in the last video was that I'll talk about the Commonwealth plushies, so here's a little bit about that. So anyway, many were released. The Classic Flock, the Pigs, Halloween, Christmas, Winter, Easter, Valentine's Day, Rio, Space, and Star Wars. The line sadly ended in 2014, hence why I decided to talk about them here, and I have way too much of these. I must give a quick honourable mention to K'NEX and Mattel, because they have made iconic Angry Birds merch too. The video is finished. If you enjoyed it, please give a like and subscribe. Tomorrow I will be releasing a video about the future of my channel, and when about the next part of the series should come out. So I will hopefully see you guys there. Goodbye.